Hi friends, it is Tuesday, May 12th. This is your problem of the day and writing prompt. As always, we will start with our problem of the day. The number line represents a distance of 1 foot. Which of these number lines does point H represent half a foot? All right, first things first, we need to figure out what does a half look like? Well, 1/2 is written 1/2. We can look at it like a pizza. We've got a circle representing the whole, and that would represent 1/2 of the pizza. And this would represent the other half of the pizza. These are equal parts. 1/2 equals 1/2. I cut it right down the middle. Nobody's getting any less pizza than anybody else. They are equal parts. 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, now that we know what a half is, let's go ahead and look at our number line and think about where would a half go on our number line if half splits the whole thing into 2 equal parts. Go ahead and point on your screen where you think 1/2 goes on this number line. If you said right down the middle, you are absolutely right. 1/2 splits something right down the middle in equal parts, just like our pizza over here. So this right here represents 1/2. So we can begin to make a prediction about where we think H might be on the graph. But we're going to use math first. We have this prediction. It's a really good prediction, but we're going to make sure our answer is right. So let's look at F. So right here, we're looking at F. This is showing us 2 parts. We have one part right here, and we've got another part right here. But there's something wrong about these parts, and I want you to think about what is wrong about them. They're not equal, right? There are 2 parts, but these are not equal parts. You would not be happy if you got this part of the candy bar and your friend got that part. You know that those are not equal. So we can say that this is not equal parts, therefore it's not the right answer. Right here I have written 1/2 to represent that each of these parts is 1/2. Okay, let's look at G. All right, G is looking like H is getting a little bit closer to the middle. But let's see, there are 1, 2, 3 parts, 3 equal parts in this number line. That means that this is 1/3, this is 1/3, and this is 1/3. Well, that's drawn really nice and equal, but 1/3 is not 1/2. So this answer is not right because that's 1/3. Okay, let's look at H. H, there are also equal parts, and we're looking for equal parts. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. That means that this is 1/4, not 1/3. I'm sorry, not 1/2, and therefore it's not what we're looking for. Okay, so we know right now that G, H, and J, F, G, and H are not our answers. Let's look at J, just to make sure. Okay, so I see that these are split up into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, just like we had with H. But this time, this arrow is going over 2 of the 1/4. So let's figure that out. This is 1/4. That's 1/4. Okay, so now point H has moved over 2 1/4. Let's figure that out. So if I've got 1/4 plus 1/4, so I've got a fourth of the pizza right here, and I've got another fourth of the pizza right here. Let's say I put those 2 numbers together. I'd get 2/4. And then I can draw that into 1/2, and I'll show you how. If I've got 1/4 here, and I've got 1/4 here, okay, that makes 2/4 here. So 1/4, 2/4. Well, that, excuse my scribbling, that looks just like 1/2. So I know that even though this is broken up into 4 parts, they are fourths, I know that 2/4 is still equal to 1/2. This is the most important part. And we know that because we drew it. And we got 2/4 is equivalent to, remember equivalent to means equal to, 1/2 right here. So I can confidently say that J is my answer. And look, this is halfway, just like this is halfway. So our prediction was really helpful in making sure we picked the right answer. Great job, guys. On to our writing prompt. This is a little creative for today, and it will require you to think about sharing. If someone gave you $1,000 but told you that you can't keep any of it for yourself, what would you do with it? Who would you give it to? Would you give it to a person? Would you give it to a family? Would you give it to a charity? Would you give it to a nonprofit? How would you split it up? Would you give part of it to someone and part of it to someone else? And why would you do what you choose? I'm excited to hear what you come up with, and I hope that you are creative. Have a great Tuesday, friends. Goodbye.